Okay, let's go ahead, share my screen. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see my screen? Let me know, guys. Let me go ahead and pull up the chats real quick. I'll make this thing like super huge. Bet. All right, bet. We're gonna go ahead and start with starting point buys. Starting point buys. And then we'll go into the change of direction like we usually do. And then we'll go ahead and go into the violation and what to look for next. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Oops. All right. So right now we have the market going up right now, right? We got some bullish momentum and we need market to create some structure, right? So right now it's just a waiting game. So let's go ahead and do what we got to do. Boom. Awesome. So right now, guys, we have a higher high and a higher low, right? So right now, what we need a nice BOS of the upside to happen. We need market to go ahead and break and close above. So that tells us that continuation plays are in order, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. Awesome. So we got the BOS. Let's go ahead and mark it up because I want you guys to have everything marked up and ready to go. Boom. BOS of the upside. Awesome. So when we're able to see that BOS of the upside, guys, this is very important, right? This tells me, one, we had a breakout rally, right? Two, we have to find a starting point, right? So once we get that breakout rally, we have to follow that rally back down to the last selling candle, right? We got 1, 2, 3, boom. This last selling candle right here, this is our starting point. So we're going to mark that up. And this is going to be used as our buy zone. All right, give me a 1 if this is making sense so far. Same thing, nothing has changed yet. But let me know, guys. Let me know. Awesome. Cool. So nothing has changed, right? But right now we have our buy zone and we need to find our stop loss. So anytime you find your starting point, right away, you need to find the lowest wick in that area, and that's going to be your stop loss. Okay. So let's go ahead and mark this up. This will be my stop loss. Boom. So we have the setup marked up. Oops. We have it locked and loaded. We know we want to buy here. We know our stop is here with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Right? Let's go. So at this point, we're waiting, guys. Market is right here right now. Right? So we have to go ahead and wait. We can go ahead and set an alert right here. Right? Let's go ahead and mark this up. We can set an alert right here, guys. Because I'm not trying to watch the market 24/7. It consolidates overnight, right? Whatever it's going to do, whatever's going to happen, guys, is going to happen. Let the market do its job, right? We'll be notified. So let the market come back. Market's doing its thing, doing its thing. Now it's just entered my buy zone, guys, right? It's just entered my buy zone. I'm not trying to wait around. I want to enter, right? I know I wanted to buy here. We did the calculations. I know where I'm supposed to enter. I know where my stop loss is supposed to go. And I know that my target should be a minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward, right? Give me a 5 if this is all making sense so far. Awesome. So at this point, we're expecting the market to buy up, right? We in blues, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. And this is the move. This is how we catch continuation moves in the market, right? This is how I like to do it. This is one of the easier ways, in my opinion, right? When you look for starting points, because everybody can see a starting point, it's very easy to see a nice rally breakout to the upside and very easy to find the last selling candle before a breakout rally, right? So this is how we catch the continuation move right here. Does anybody have any questions? Please let me know. Let me know. All right, bet. So now we're going to be looking at a change of direction, right? That happens, right? It is what it is. There's nothing we could really do about that. But let's just say market comes into my buy zone and we get some profit. We're around a 1-to-1. Maybe we put our stop loss to break even, and then news hits, right? So let's go ahead. News comes out, yada, yada, yada. And then boom, we get a nice red candle that hits our stop loss, right? Nothing we can do about this, guys. Right? News happens. And when market conditions change, we have to know how to adapt. So, yes, our buy setup got clapped, but now we have to readjust. We know that we just hit stop loss, right? And we just got a change of direction. So let's go ahead and mark this up. Boom. We just got a change of direction. And right now, market is way down here, guys. Market is way down here. But do you guys think that this is a breakout rally here? Yes or no? You guys tell me. Would this be considered a breakout rally to the downside? Yes, right? So what we have to do is mark up the last buying candle before that bearish breakout, which would be this one right here. This one right here. Boom. And again, this is two separate plays. We have the starting point play. So once we find our starting point, guys, we have to find the highest wick in that area. And we'll use that as our stop loss. Boom. This is the stop. So if you like to trade off the starting points, this is something that you're looking at right here. With the same thing, minimum 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. Right? This is what you're looking at right here if you like to trade starting points. Right? Now, guys, the starting point setup and the head and shoulder setup is completely different. Right? It's completely different. So give me a 5 if this makes sense, as it like when we're talking about the starting point. Nothing changes. We get a breakout rally to the downside. We identify the breakout rally. We find the starting point, mark that up, find your stop loss. We're looking for sales inside that zone. Right? So now when it comes to the head and shoulder, guys, notice this last BOS. This last BOS is going to be our shoulder. We have higher high, higher low, higher high. We failed to make new highs here, and we changed character to the downside, right? So once we get this change of character, guys, my stop loss now becomes the high, and my shoulder is right here where the BOS is, guys. We find the wick, the highest wick to the closest body. And sometimes the wicks are like this, right? So if the wick is like that, well, then this is my zone. Right? Sometimes these shoulders have some wicks on them, and that's okay. We have to mark it up just like this. Does this make sense, guys? Give me a 6 if this is making sense so far. Now, we're looking for sales off this right shoulder, right? We're looking for sales off this right shoulder. Now, if you like to trade the starting point, guys, this is something that you need to know in order for you to understand. Yes, when it comes to the starting point, to have a nice tight stop loss, your stop loss is going to be right here. But the dominant stop loss should always be the high. But no one is willing to risk that much, right? You enter somewhere around here, and your stop loss would be something like this instead of something like this, right? But if you look at Nancy's charts, if you look at Mike's charts, sometimes their stop losses are a little wider, right? And that's okay because they're going off of the market structure. Their stop losses will always be the highs and the lows of the structure, right? So if you like to trade off the starting points, yes, your stop loss could be here, but this is something that you need to understand in order to know what to do next, okay? Because the starting point sometimes will be a little lower than your right shoulder. The big hitter, guys, will always be the right shoulder, okay? Because sometimes there will be times where, let me see if I can copy these things right here. There will be times where the starting point could be something like this, where now the starting point is way down here. Way down here. And it's a little further away from the right shoulder. Right? Does that make sense? So your starting point is your first entry. It'll usually be your first entry. Your right shoulder is a much higher entry. It's the entry that we really want, right? But we don't know what zone market is going to respect at that time. We can get a nice 1 to 3, 1 to 5 rejection, and it can save this zone for later. Have you guys ever seen that? It'll hit off the starting point and it'll save this right shoulder zone for later. Has anybody seen that while they're trading? So that's why I like to give you guys opportunities. You have 2 opportunities for this setup to sell, right? Trust me, I do this too, guys. I'll take the starting point. Boom, it'll give me a nice 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. I get to collect my bag. And I know at the end of the day, this setup, I could no longer use. It's been touched. I've already used this zone. And I know I still have this up here ready to go, locked and loaded. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. If you have any questions, please unmute. The same market structure, yes. And if this zone was used first, that's totally fine. The one that we all want, guys, is this right shoulder. Anytime you see, oh, dang, this is a right shoulder, it still needs its right shoulder. It hasn't been touched yet. Make sure you set an alert at that zone, guys. Make sure you set an alert at that zone. Okay? So now, let's go ahead and mark up this right shoulder. Boom. So we're looking for sells. Let's go ahead and focus right here. When it comes to the head and shoulder, you can enter at that 50%. You could enter at the first touch. I'm more of a first touch type of person. I'm willing to risk a little bit of pips to make sure I get in. Maybe you like to do that. Maybe you don't. Totally up to you. Maybe you like to even wait for the confirmation. Market's coming back up. We touched the zone. It hasn't changed character yet. It haven't gave us confirmation yet. Boom, finally gave us confirmation. And maybe you enter right here. Maybe you wait for this whole thing to happen in order for you to play, right? But at the end of the day, I'm still using this head and shoulder as my higher time frame zone. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know, guys. If you're confused at all, please unmute. Please unmute. Anybody confused? Maybe you wait for that to play out, right? To get more confirmation. That's okay. Right? So let's go ahead. We're waiting for these sells. I'm gonna keep the drawing fairly simple, guys, just to, because I want to focus on the violation. We get a pullback here. It's doing its thing, right? We know we're waiting for sells right now. Oh, appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out because my butt was already hurting. Oh, let's get it. All right. We're still waiting for these sells. Right? So as market's coming up to my zone, we need to pay attention. Let's say market touches my zone. Boom. We know we want to sell here. Awesome. We hopped in the sell. Oops. Let's go ahead and lock this real quick. We're in profit right now. Right? We're in profit right now, guys. This sell we just entered right here, we're in profit. But news hits. Right? And we got a large spike up. A large candle just hit. Large candle, boom, boom, boom. When we just hit stop loss. This trade just hit stop loss, guys. Right? Now, this is where it gets very, very important because we need to see certain things in order for us to feel comfortable knowing what to do next. Okay. We want to sell here. Now, we can still possibly sell, but we have to wait for the candle that hit our stop loss to close. Don't let that go over your head, guys. Even when we hit stop loss, we can still use this setup, but we must wait for this candle to close. Whatever stop loss or whatever candle hit our stop loss, we need to wait for this candle to close, guys. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. This candle right here tells us and determines our next move. This large news candle right here tells us and determines our next move. Okay, so news hits. How do you know it's news for the long term or news just to shake down the markets? How do I know, Vinny? Well, simple. If news is long term and we know we just got a structure shift to sell, we're going to stay and break and close above. Now we're no longer looking for sells. We are looking for buys. That's how you know. Now, if news was just for the now, just to shake down the markets, you know, little market earthquake, boom, market hits our stop loss. And then what happens? Last 5 minutes of that hour, you're already thinking, oh, I lost. I just lost whatever, however, X amount, right? And you get off the charts. You look away. You go to work because you think you just lost. And you did, right? But the opportunity is still there. You just have to wait. Now, let's say this market starts to, the candle starts to close back down, starts to close back down, starts to close back down. And what you see now is a wick. And the candle just closed right here. Has this happened to anybody? Anybody before? Let me know. This happened to me with AU, and the trade still went my way. So this tells me right here, if the market leaves a wick, it was news to shake down pockets, and we can still use this setup. Now, there's 2 ways we can get into this trade. One is aggressive, and 2 is more safer, right? The aggressive way, Oren told us when I first got started, and this is something that I just stuck to because I've seen it work when I was backtesting, and I've seen it work multiple times while I was live trading. When market hits stop loss and closes and starts crawling down, closing beneath our stop loss, and market closes, I'm going to enter as soon as it closes. I'm going to enter as soon as it closes, and my stop loss is now the new highest wick. And I still want the same targets. This is the aggressive entry right here. So let me go ahead. Guys, does this make sense? Let me know, guys. Okay, so if the candlestick stays above the stop loss, we take buys, right? Yes, Carlos, yes. If the candlestick closes and stays above this stop loss, we are no longer looking for sells. Market structure has shifted, right? But if it goes above just to shake down pockets and you see it close beneath your stop loss like this, I'm going to enter as soon as it closes, right? And my new stop loss is the new highest wick. Okay. Again, you can go ahead and do minimum 1 to 3. If you see market structure, if you're more advanced, you can go ahead and target some lows, right? But minimum 1 to 3, guys, is what we're looking at, right? Minimum. If you can't find structure points for targets, 1 to 3 minimum, guys. Be happy with your bag and get out. Be happy with your bag, be happy with your profit, and get out. Okay. Does everybody have a picture of this, guys? Everybody should take a picture of this. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a couple more seconds. Boom. All right. So now, what happens when market structure actually breaks and closes above? Let me go ahead and use this. All right. What happens when market structure actually breaks and closes above? Boom. Guys, you guys tell me. Bullish market, yes. You guys tell me. Did we just get a BOS here to the upside?
Sure.
And did we also break structure right here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Would this be considered a bullish breakout rally, even though it's one candle?
Sure.
Yes, right? So this last selling candle right here, that's your starting point. Find it and mark it up. Find it and mark it up, right? We always find the lowest wick, right? We'll just say this is the lowest wick, came back to touch the starting point. You know what I'm saying? Nice snipe. If you know, you know. Smacking all day, baby. Let's go. Right, so boom, we have a stop loss right here for our starting point. Now, notice how I never deleted this right shoulder here. Most times you're gonna see that these are very, very close to each other. Now, as soon as we get this stop loss hit, guys, this now becomes a violation. Once market breaks and closes above, we have a head and shoulder violation. We can use the previous shoulder that we were looking to sell, and we can use it as a buy. Boom. Take it up for buys. Where would I put my stop loss, Vinny? That's a great question. Find your closest low. My closest low is right here. So I can use this. And this is the drawing, yes. So this is a huge stop loss. Yes, but this is a drawing. So suck it up. Does that make sense, guys? You can use the previous shoulder you were looking to sell off of and use it for buys. Where do I put my stop loss? Find the closest low, right? Higher high, higher low. You use this one right here that happened right before the breakout. Okay. We also, we have the shoulder, head and shoulder violation and the starting point, right? Maybe you're like, yo, Vinny, can I just wait for market structure to give me confirmation? Yes, you can. See these buy zones, identify them, and wait. If market structure wants to respect this zone, we would have to break and close above this zone right here for buy confirmations. Now, if market structure doesn't want to respect that zone, that happens, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Market's in this zone. So if we wanted to get buy confirmations, we would have to break and close above this one here. But let's say it doesn't and it respects and goes lower. We finally touch this starting point and we get that respect and we finally break and close above this zone. Does this make sense, guys? So once we get this change of character here, we can now look for some buy opportunities and shift it the other way. You have two possible zones you can use, or you can wait for the confirmation to play out. Where's the profit placed? Always a 1 to 3. So wherever you enter, if you enter at this gray line and your stop loss is at this red line, pull your TP to a 1 to 3. So right now we're at a 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. right? If you enter at this red box, same thing. My stop loss is this red box here, or this red line here. Pull it out to a 1-to-1, pull it out to a 1-to-2, oops, 1-to-2, 1-to-3. Make sense? Awesome, guys. Guys, this is very, very important, right? Very, very important. But we also have something else in mind that we have to keep in mind as well, guys. We always have to keep in mind the structure shift. Okay, the structure shift, and it happens, right? It happens. So look at this, guys. Notice how we have support, support. We have equal lows here, right?
Yeah.
Market clears liquidity. We have a nice fake out, and then we break and close above. So we also have an inverted play as well. So in this example, guys, this change of character would be my inverted. Because we always want market to go deeper into the retracement, right? If market started here and market's now here, we want market to get into the deepest discounted price possible, right? The deepest discounted price possible. So we also have an inverted head and shoulders here. Yes. Right, guys? Just keep that in mind as well. You always have to understand the market structure that just had happened. Yes, we did have a head and shoulder violation. We did have that. You are correct. We broke and closed above, right? We were looking to sell and we broke and closed above. But what other structure do we have there, right? What other structure do we have there? We have support, support. We drop lower and we break and close above this high. Right. So the deeper the market goes, let's say market doesn't respect either of these zones. And, market hasn't respected any of them yet. Market's just going. We get some profit here, doesn't continue. Market drops lower. We get some profit here. Market doesn't continue. Market drops lower. And it goes lower and lower. And we finally hit these zones. Maybe you take that first touch, or maybe you wait for this structure to shift out. Does this make sense, guys? Right here. Because you're going to see this. You have to understand when the market conditions change, guys. Give me a 5 if that makes sense, guys. Ask me some questions. I know somebody has to have some type of questions, bro. Somebody has to have questions. I know it.
I mean, I
What's
do
up?
have a question.
What's up?
So if it gets like, let's say you have a buying a long position, right?
Yes.
And your candle goes into the zone, right? And it touches your entry, right? And it goes up above, right? So there's sometimes a reversal, right? So how do you know if that's gonna happen? Like the reversal. Well, I think I have to reformulate my question. So it goes in, right?
You're looking for buys.
Yeah, we're looking for buys.
Okay.
So it goes into the zone, right? And it touches it, and it starts to trade, right? And you get stop loss. Actually, I got lost. Just let me try to figure out my question again.
Okay, now, so let's go ahead and, how do I invert scale real quick? Invert scale. Let's see. So I was looking for buys here. Let's just say I was looking for buys at the zone. Market puts me in profit. Are we making sense so far?
Yeah.
So go ahead and ask your question based off of this.
Well, it was actually from the previous play. So that's
Previous setup? Okay, let me go ahead and put it back. Okay, so am I looking for buys right here?
No, I got lost, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
That's fine. Thank you.
Yep. Anybody have any questions, guys? Let me know. because this can happen a lot, guys. Trust me. If you trade correlating pairs, this can happen right here. This is good to know. I'm telling you. Who trades correlating pairs right here, guys? Give me a 5 if you trade correlating pairs. I trade some correlating pairs. I like to trade AU and NU. I like to trade EU and GU. I like to trade AJ and NJ. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let me redraw this real quick. Okay, guys. So this could happen a lot with correlating pairs, right? We know that we want to sell right here in this area, the right shoulder. We know we want to sell right there. So let's go ahead. Use these zones. Boom. Right. But look, check me out, guys. Let's say this right here is AUD USD. And this pair here is NZD USD. And this happens all the time, right? Based off of this, guys, the way Mike likes to teach it, you want to trade the pair that is further away from the sell zone, right? We know we want to sell here in both zones, but look at how close we are to NU compared to AU, right? So if we're looking to sell right here in this area, stop loss at the high, we know how we want to get it. Just want to mark it up clean for you guys. That's good, Christian. That's good, bro. If you just started today, no worries, bro. You're just watching today. You're soaking it all in. We have a whole blueprint for you to go through, and once you go through it, a lot of this is gonna make it's gonna make a lot more sense. Trust me. I know you may be confused right now, and that's totally okay. We all were at one point. So just sit down, kick back, grab some popcorn, and just watch how we do things, bro. If you have any questions at any time, go ahead and unmute and ask them, my boy. But till then, take some notes. Make sure your notes are very detailed because the notes help you when you trade. Trading is an open book test. You know what I'm saying? That's why I take the time to draw for you guys. But it's glad to have you on the team, man. It's glad to work with you. But look, guys, just based off of this setup right here, we know we want to sell. This is nothing new to us, guys. The setup is the same, correct? Now, we want to stick to the pair that is further away because when news hits or when something happens, which one is more likely to have a stop loss, guys? Correlating pairs are pairs that move very, very similar in market structure. So AUD USD and NZD USD move very, very similar. EUR USD, GBP USD move very, very similar, right? US 30, NASDAQ, SPX, they move very, very similar. So when you're trading pairs that move similar, you can run into these problems, right? So again, guys, we want to focus on the pair that's further away from our entry point. Why would you guys think that we want to focus on the pair that's a little bit further away rather than closest? Go ahead and unmute, guys. Let me know. Why would you think that?
So it doesn't hit TP right away? I mean, stop loss right away?
Yes. So we don't hit stop loss right away. What if news happens, right? News happens and we got a nice shift up. And and we get touched with the wick. And then we get that blues. We get some profit, right? Now, since we got such a big move with news here, what do you think is going to happen with NU over here? We're going to go ahead and get something like this to where this one is more likely to hit stop loss. And we finally hit stop loss, right? So now AU has the perfect snipe, right? Has the perfect snipe, has everything set up beautifully. Now we have to wait for this candle to close. The candle that just hit stop loss, we have to wait for this candle to close. Is it going to break and close above, giving us head and shoulder violation? Now we're looking for buys? Or is this shaking down pockets because we were so early to the party, right? Hit stop loss, and now we get a little shift in market structure, letting us know market wants to go ahead and shift down now. This happens a lot with correlating pairs. Does this make sense, guys? Let's go ahead and look at AU. I sent in AU a couple weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago. I was looking at the higher time frame, and this is what I was looking at here. So I see we have higher high, higher low, and higher high, right? We get that BOS to the upside. So let's go ahead and mark this up. Mark this up. BOS, we got a bullish BOS. Now, guys, look at the mark. Even though, yes, we draw it straight like this, higher high, higher low, this still has structure on the way down. Notice how we got a pullback here. We have a pullback here. We drop lower, and then what happens? Notice how we have resistance, resistance, and then we get, boom, that bullish breakout that we needed. That bullish breakout that we needed, guys. So who wants to break down this play right here? What am I looking for? What do I always look for, guys? Can we identify? Can we all see this bullish breakout rally? Yes, sir, Arturo. We have a starting point. We need to look for a starting point. So this last selling candle here is my starting point. Boom. Now what's next? After I find my starting point, I need to find what? I need to find what, guys? My stop loss. So my stop loss is going to be this lowest wick. Now you're thinking, oh man, that thing is huge. That's what the market gave me, guys. There's nothing I can do about that. You can't be like, yo, Vinny, that stop loss kind of huge, bro. Bro, the stop loss is huge for me too. We're looking at the same pair, big dog, you know? But look, what happened? Did we hit 1 to 3? Woo! I believe so. Let's tighten this up real quick. For sure. What's up?
The wicks can trigger the take profit?
Yes, wicks can trigger take profit.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that right there is a perfect setup. This is a win, right? Let's say it doesn't hit your take profit and it was just shy, right? It was just shy of your take profit. Well, you know what? You still should have taken profit somewhere in here. This is a 1-to-1. We should have broken even there. This is a 1-to-2. We should have taken partials here. And our 1-to-3. So as soon as market hit 1-to-1, we could have already been break even. Wicks still count as the body of the candle, correct? No. So wicks are just wicks, bro. We're not counting those as the bodies, but they are very important. We do need bodies to break and close above or below them. Make sense? So no matter what, this right here was a dub trade. Now let's focus on the structure. We know we want to buy here, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. We get a low, a high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We break and close above. Guys, do we have a change of character? Do we have a change of character? We got BOS. We got a BOS to the downside. And then we got a change of character to the upside. Boom. This is why it's very important to mark your chart up, guys. Very important to mark your chart up, because as soon as you see this, we should already be looking at this right shoulder. This inverted shoulder for buys now. Yes, the BOS to the upside as well. Right? So this setup right here was already used. Now we're focused on this brand new setup right here. So notice, guys, we have a setup brand spanking new. But look what I just showed you guys. You guys should have notes. You guys should have a drawing right now. I wanted to enter here with my stop loss at the low, and I had my stop loss like this, so I didn't hit stop loss. But I know if people had their stop loss very tight like this, they did. And that's fine. You just have to know what to do next. So we know we want to buy here in this area. Now look, market at one point, guys, literally, guys, at one point, this red candle or this green candle right here, this green candle right here, guys, was red. At one point, this green candle looked like this. This wick right here was a red candle. And then you know what happened? Hit stop loss. Yes, news, exactly. That's exactly what it was. Hit stop loss, crawled right back up, and then turned green. So look, you're pretty much entering in a very similar spot you would be entering again. This candle closed right here. Above that candle wick, right? Or above that candle body. That's where that candle closed. So you could have put your entry again. This is the aggressive entry, right? The aggressive entry. You, as soon as that candle closes, you enter again, and your stop loss is the new wick. You could have already partialed already. Yes. So we take an L, then we re-enter. We're not looking to take the L, obviously, but you have to know how to react when the market conditions change. This is news right here, bro. And if you don't really know about news yet, you will soon. It likes to manipulate the market. It likes to do stuff like this, where you take that loss and then it'll go your way. I'm not sure if you've been here for a while, but you know, you'll enter a trade in the morning just like this. It'll hit your stop loss, and while you're in the trade, you're at work, you're doing things, you think market's doing good, and it hits your stop loss, and you don't even know it yet, and the market's in blues. Hey, it happens to all of us, bro. Trust me. We haven't covered this topic in like a couple months. I'm not gonna lie. So it's good to have a refresher, for sure. And when I saw AU today, I was like, oh yeah, we definitely have to bring out the violation play, know what to do next. Right. So where this candle closed, I can enter aggressively with my stop loss at this new wick. Okay. Now, looking for a brand new setup, right? Because you either enter with more aggressive or you look for the brand new setup over again. So let's drop down and look on a lower time frame. So check me out, guys. We could probably find something on the 5-minute, probably, but let's just stick to the 1 hour for now. We'll drop lower to see if we could have caught something. But right now, look at this, guys. as soon as we get into this structure, look at how we don't change character yet. We lower low, lower high. We drop lower, we consolidate. Is news something you can expect before? Does it happen unexpectedly? Yes, you can expect it. News is labeled out a week in advance. So like you'll know what is going to happen, what day, around what time. And again, if you're new, we have educators who cover this. Make sure you tap in with Mike Nav, Siva, Valentino, right? Make sure you cover those guys. They cover news a lot. Levels doesn't really cover news. Levels doesn't. My bad. Levels doesn't really cover news. We just focus on our structure and trust what we see. Right. And I have honestly, I'm knock on wood, but I haven't lost news in like the past 4 or 5 months, to be honest. And that's just focusing on structure. And some days I don't even know when news is coming because when I first started trading, my first 2 years, Oren didn't bring up news once. I had to learn about news hopping to smart money. Right. So I didn't know I was trading within news. I just thought I was just moving the markets. I was like, dang, every time I smack this shit, markets move. But I was trading news and I didn't even know. Okay, that's more on the smart money strategy. Yes, they will cover. Yes, Forex Factory. That's exactly where you want to go ahead and look at news. That's exactly where you want to go ahead and cover news. So you'll understand when you start looking at smart money, you'll see that market structure is very similar to levels. They just look at things a little bit differently, right? Their terminology is a little bit different, but their structure is very similar, right? So let that give you and build confidence in you that even though levels is, a lot easier, very, very close to smart money, which is, highly advanced. All right. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Someone's unmuted. All right. So check me out here, guys. We get market drop lower, and then we have some consolidation happening right here. All right, we get a little bit of wick action, but still, notice how market throws a wick. Why did it throw a wick? Well, it was looking for this starting point. Do red folders move the market down, or is it both ways? Red news just means it's the most volatile. Red news most volatile. Yellow news or yellow folder less volatile. Orange is like intermediate. It's like the middle. Right, but we have consolidation happening here. Now, we drop lower one more time, and look what happens. Boom, we're finally ready to hop inside the markets. Excuse me. The banks have said, okay, now it's time. We shook enough people down. We hit some stop losses. People panicked. They over leveraged. They got out of their trades. And then boom, the market shifts. So we have market structure to go based off of. If you're trading on the 1 hour, you have market structure to go off of. Consolidation. The head, we change character. So we do have an inverted head and shoulder right here waiting for us. Now notice every time, I guess not every time, I shouldn't say every time, but when you see a nice play and you see liquidity being built up, oh man, you just have to like lick your chops. You just gotta lick your chops, bro, because you know something good is coming, right? Not only do we have a nice change of direction, guys, not only do we have a shoulder, but what other play do we have right here, guys? Starting point. We can see we have the breakout rally, right? And we have the last selling candle right here. So notice how both of these zones are still fresh and market has not touched these yet. Right? Market has not touched these yet. My stop loss for the head and shoulder would be down here. Right? And my stop loss for the starting point, notice how the red candle is the lowest wick in that area. So I can do something like this. Right? I could do something like this. Enter at the 50, whether you want it very, very tight, or you can give it some room. Minimum 1 to 3. And then we have a play right down here. Stop loss at the low, minimum 1 to 3. And I like this because we build liquidity right here. I like that we build liquidity right here. Right? Not only that, if we go back up to the 4-hour, we still have liquidity here. So let's go ahead and just cover this up real quick. We got liquidity there. And we have liquidity here. Not only that, guys, we were already bullish to begin with. We're already bullish to begin with. So yes, market gave us a little bit of hassle, a little bit of trouble, but it's giving us the market structure that we need to see. It's giving us the market structure that we need to see, which is fine. I like this. I like this buy setup. I like this a lot. Let's go ahead and go to NU. Let's go to NU real quick. NU looked a whole lot different. A whole lot different. Oops, damn. Let's look at, this is NU, right? This is NU. Now let's look at AU. Let's delete this. Look at this structure here. They look a little different, right? This one's a lot more lengthful. And then we have market structure that's more consolidating in this area. More consolidating in this area, right? But look, guys, we can see on both pairs are fairly bullish, right? You can see this right here. Both pairs fairly bullish. So we found on AU, we had a starting point idea. Now let's go to NU. And remember, everything is the same. We have a BOS to the upside. Right? Now let's go to NU and do the exact same thing. Guys, this structure isn't pretty. We have consolidation, right? But you guys tell me, do we have a BOS to the upside? Yes, right? So let's go ahead and just zoom in real quick. So looking at this structure, I really don't see anything that looks like a clean inverted to me. Yes, we do have a wick lower, but this structure is just so ugly. I don't even want to use that as my entry, really. But what do we have? We have a massive breakout rally, and that's easy to see, right? So if I can see a breakout rally and I could see my starting point is down here, I'm going to trust that because that's what I can see clearly, right? So my stop loss, if you want, this would be the tighter stop loss. If you want more of a looser stop loss, this isn't too far off. I wouldn't mind using this in this example, to be honest, just as how close this is, right? So let's just take a look at this, guys. Let's go back up here. Yeah, that's a very nice buy. Let's actually move the stop loss back. Just because I know somebody would use that. and that's fine. But let's look at this, right? Look at how close this was to hitting stop loss. Now, this stop loss should be here. We weren't really that close. With A, we weren't that close, but with NU, I mean, we were like 5 pips away. We were like 5 pips away, and you can even see the structure. Why is this structure like, I feel like it's like compact. Why is this structure so much compact? And then when we get to AU, it's a lot spread out, and you can see it's a lot higher. That's a really good question. Why do some candles have long wicks and some candles shorter? I really don't have the answer to that question, to be honest. I would just say the longer wicks are manipulation on lower time frame, right? Longer wicks are manipulation on lower time frame. So when you see something like this, and you see wick, 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 and you see a longer wick, that right there is the head. It's the manipulation before the sell down. Same thing right here. Short wick, consolidation. Longer wick, the manipulation, sell down. Now let's go to NU real quick. And let's drop down a lower time frame. 1 hour. Now we can see here, we get similar buy setups with similar structure, leaving liquidity. So look at this, guys. We have lower low, consolidation happening. We break out. Same thing happens. Consolidation happening. We go lower, and then what happens, guys? Market structure shifts. Boom, when we get the confirmations that we need. So we get our last change of character right here, which means our shoulders would be right here. Boom. Left shoulder, head, change of character. Now notice, guys, what else do we got? We have a shoulder, yes. What else do we have, guys? We have a breakout rally to the upside, which means we have a starting point right here. Now look, on NU, we touch this starting point and we take off. And with AU, let's go back to the 1 hour. With AU, we never touched the starting point. Never touched the starting point. So let's look at this now. If wicks are longer on top with small bodies, will the next candle be a sell? You would have to jump on lower time frame. That's not like a 100% thing. Make sure you jump on lower time frame for confirmation. But even if that did happen, even if the next candle would be selling, you still have to wait for that confirmation. You still have to wait for that market to break and close below. You still need to wait for that next candle to break and close below. Right? So look, let's see. We have buy zones down here. AU. Buy zones down here. Now, I like to think that AU is just a little higher than NU right now. A little higher. Let's get rid of this. A little higher than NU. Or they're about the same. Right now, I would say they're about the same. So now it really comes down to how close they are when they come closer. Which one's going to be closer first? Right? Which one's going to be closer first? Because right now they're both around the same area, same length away. So if we count the pips, this is about 34 pips, 35 pips. And this is going to be about 31 pips, right? So we're about the same distance away. So when we see Sunday, Monday, which one is going to be closest to the buy zone and which one is going to be a little bit further from the buy zone. Now we can see right now, just off looking at AU closed Friday in buys and NU closed Friday in sells. Right? So we have to see next week which one's going to be a little bit further. Because if AU is going to be a little bit further, well, we can feel more comfortable taking AU for the buys. And if NU is just a little bit too close to our buy zone, well, AU is, about up here a little bit, we could feel comfortable taking AU rather than NU because NU has a higher chance of hitting stop loss. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a question mark if that does not make sense, and we can go ahead and end the call with this. Let me know, fam. Anybody have any questions?
Maybe
What's up?
is the change of direction usually under the head?
Under the head? No, it's usually above. So like the head is right here, right?
Well, yeah, okay.
Right? The head is right here. So notice anytime that market is downtrending, let me just change this color real quick. Make this a little bigger because I want you to see. Anytime the market is downtrending, you get lower lows and lower highs. Find the lowest point in the market structure before we get a structure shift. Right? So if market was going down and we shifted to up, are we looking for inverteds or regular head and shoulders?
Invert,
Inverted, right? So where would my inverted head be?
to the lowest point,
Lowest point, right?
right?
So this right here would be my head, and this right here would be my stop loss.
And in this case, your change of direction is in top, right?
Is right
Bottom.
here. Boom, right here. This is why it's very important to label your BOSs because BOSs are continuation moves. Right? Very important to label these guys. I promise you, if you label these, like you're gonna clear up your own confusion. I promise you. Because you're just marking up what market structure has already printed. Do we have an imbalance at the lowest starting point? No, it doesn't look like there's an imbalance. No imbalance. No imbalance right here. At least not on AU or NU. So look at this, guys. We get a BOS. The market continued down. Market continued. Lower low, lower high, market continued. Lower low, lower high, market continued. Now, as soon as we break and close above our previous lower high, that right there gives us the change of direction. Right there. So we know the lowest points to head. Where's my shoulder going to be at? My
Shoulder is gonna be, the next red candle. So like,
this one here,
well, right on top of that green area.
right on top right here.
Yeah, to your right. Right there.
So my shoulder is going to be right here.
Oh,
My left shoulder is always going to be my last BOS. My very last BOS, bro, that's my shoulder. That's it right there, guys.
thought you were asking for your shoulder, thank you.
Yep. We get left shoulder, head. We change character. Now we're waiting for market to come back to this right shoulder so we can take off. It's a little messed up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Can I do the border? It is what it is. Does that make sense? That last BOS, guys, is your shoulder. It's very important. It's very important you know that, guys. Because this right here is the answer to the test. This is the very last BOS before going lower and changing character. Once we have those bang bang plays, we got shoulder right here. Neckline, head, change of character. This very last BOS, that's your left shoulder. So you know now, you should know now where you want to buy. It's just a waiting game now, guys. Right? Very important. You guys know that. Very important, guys. You guys go over market structure. If this is something you're still struggling on, that's okay, right? Totally okay, because we all learn it on our own paces. But you have to focus on higher highs, higher lows, BOSs, and change of character and market structure overall for the next 3 to 6 months. Like you should be able to have somebody mark up a piece of paper like this, and you be able to identify all the higher highs, all the higher lows, every single BOS, and every single change of character. You guys should test each other out. Like, hey, bro, go ahead and mark something up on the paper for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and mark it up for you. And I'm gonna do the same. We're gonna go ahead and quiz each other, right? Because if you could identify this stuff on the paper, guys, just imagine how easy it's going to be when you have market structure that looks this easy. Looks this easy. Look at this, guys. Last one and I'm gone. Last one and I'm gone. I always say that shit, huh? I know, bro. I know. I know you guys are sick of me.
Thank you so much, Vinny, for your calls. I also what's been helping me a lot is going on YouTube and watching what you told us to watch. Um, like you have a bunch of videos there and a lot of training there too. It's really helpful. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Of course. If you guys haven't, make sure y'all tap in. Of course. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you. Hit me up. So look, we have a BOS here. We have higher high, higher low. We continue. We get a BOS right here. Higher high, higher low. We continue, right? We also get one right here. Higher high, higher low. We consolidate. We go just a bit higher. Than what happens, guys? Boom, we change character. Did we just break a previous low? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did, guys. Look at this. Literally, two setups are right on top of each other. Look at how sauced up this is, guys. Very, very simple play, right? One candle breakout rally to the downside. This last green candle, starting point. The last BOS, my shoulder. The high, my stop loss. Two setups in one, guys. Look at this. Do you guys think this has gotten an entry? This was today's move, if I'm not mistaken. Boom, boom, 1 to 3, in and out of the market. 1 to 3, in and out of the market before you can even open your eye. What time was this? This was 7 in the morning, before most of y'all were even awake. Don't even lie. Y'all be crusty in the morning, bro. Y'all ain't even waking up for New York no more. You could have set a limit in and out before y'all wake up, bro. In and out. And you could have taken this to the starting point. That's already a 1 to 4, bro. 1 to 4. If you're looking for sell continuations, maybe you took it to the low, just missed it. 1 to 6, 1 to 5.5. Know where your BOSs are, guys. Know where your previous BOSs are, because those right there are your shoulders. Clean move. 1 to 3 all day. That's a payday. Take your money and get out. Vinny, that doesn't. Oh, what pair is this? Vinny, that doesn't look like it's enough for me. That TP doesn't look big enough, bro. Bro, 1 to 3. Get your money and get out. Get your money and get out. This is good enough. It doesn't have to be like this. In due time, you will have things like this in due time. But as for right now, stick to 1 to 3s, collect your money, collect your dough, and get out. Vinny, what's the YouTube you set up to tap into? Let me see. Let me see if BJ follows me. I doubt it though.
That's Miguel's page.
Oh,
I do.
let me see.
We were watching you earlier, though.
Let's see, dog.
Yeah, 400 and something.
My
views.
pH
So I'll
balance
send the link right now. I'll send the link.
level.
How'd
Let's
you
see.
look it up earlier, Jose? Where'd you look it
Oh,
up?
just go to my channel, bro. Better channel, bro. Subscriptions.
Oh, Miguel subscribed. Oh, see. I don't even know how to freaking. Let's see. Let's go here. Videos.
I send the link in the chat.
Oh, appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched this video right here, Market Structure 101, this breaks down market structure to the T, guys. This right here. This is what you guys got to watch. This is what you guys got to watch right here, guys. Basics. If you guys like that, start from there and continue watching. I promise you, you guys will have good notes if you take notes. Promise you. All right, but that is it for me, guys. I hope you guys liked this call. Hope it was a fire call. I liked it. I thought it was pretty dope. But with that being said, guys, you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys do some studying, and I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out,
Peace, brother.
everybody.